In my husband's garden, you'll never know what you're going to find in there as far as containers. That, my friends, is a hot tub he picked up at a yard sale for 20 bucks. I was there that day. That was amazing. And that next to it, full of vegetable plants, you can't see it from because I'm up on top of the hill, is a refrigerator he picked up on the side of the road. And he removed the doors. But that is not what we're going to talk about today. Today, we're talking about dishwashers. Now this is what the video is going to be on. It's going to be on dishwashers that he finds that people throw on the side of the road. And let's see, opening this one up. This is one that recently he took home. And there it is. And the opening of the dishwasher becomes the top of the dishwasher once it's setting in as a planter, correct?
Correct. So this is the main hole that you're going to have to find a way of blocking, because that will be on the side. And on the bottom here, you'll have to drill some drainage holes on the back, because when this comes off, there won't be any holes on the back. This is going to be watertight, except for this part here. Some of the other ones that I've found are built differently, but this one has one main opening.
And then don't throw anything away that you find that's inside. The little baskets that hold the silverware are great to attach to a wall to hold your tools. I've actually taken the bottom and bent the wires down and removed wires that are there, and the dogs like sleeping in it with a blanket in it because it's off the ground. Anything else you have to say before we run out now and go look at the dishwashers that you've got on the hillside?
Yeah, you could mount this to a wall and use it as a tool rack.
Oh, that's right. You've done that too. Okay, now let's go take a look and see what it looks like on the hillside with plants. So now I'm going to show you where he's put some of his dishwashers, and I found Gary so he can tell us all about it.
Okay, so these dishwashers I've put on the hillside here, and you can put them anywhere, but I chose the hillside just because I can grow things on the hillside now. Now I look for two different types. I look for a stainless steel one, which is this one, and this one's a baked enamel or powder coated. And these are the really old ones with the dials, and the other ones have electronics in them. Now when you take the door off and take all the parts away, you're going to have large holes in them. Now the large holes you can patch either using wood or seal them with metal from the door. Now to attach wood to them, I use screws and fender washers, and I just drill in from the inside out, and you can hold the wood from the inside, and your wood will last longer, and it'll also make it look nicer. I just slapped this one together out of scrap lumber, but I could have done it nicer, but who in the world was going to see this anyway? So you can paint it, you can decorate it, and if you lived in an area where you wanted it to look nice, you could, take some lumber, get some nicer lumber and coat the outside. I've got it on the hillside. You could have it on a flat surface. You can change the soil chemistry. You can make it more acidic. You could make it more alkaline. If you wanted to grow, say, blueberries in it, you could make it more acidic. You could also change the texture of the soil. You could make it sandy if you needed something for sand, or you could make it a little heavier. Now, when I take the sump out of the dishwashers, there's a large hole, and that's going to need to be blocked. You really don't have to worry about drainage. It's going to drain. It's trying to stop soil coming out of it. That's what you're going to have to deal with. So these are on their back, and these are long lasting. I go for the stainless steel ones, or the powder coated, over the plastic. The plastic, I'm not sure whether that will last in the sun. It's not designed to it doesn't have any UV in the plastic, UV protection, and these hold about 8 cubic feet. So I've got purple yams and bell peppers growing in these. You don't really need that much soil, but I found that the soil, because there's such a volume of soil, it maintains the temperature a lot better. So it'll heat up during the day and stay warm during the night, especially the ones that are just solid metal. If I had a flat surface, which I do, you might think of stacking a couple together, putting boards around the outside, and you can make it look really nice if you wanted to do it in a larger scale. So I've got these spaced apart. This is about 4 foot, and it's about 4 foot between the two, and it's about a 4 foot drop. So this is about a 45-degree hillside, so I'm able to use this space to grow things in. Plus, it's easy to get to because it's right there. It's a nice height to work with.
So basically when you see plastic ones, you do not pick up the plastic ones at all right now?
No, but I'm going to look inside for the parts. The components inside can be used for other purposes. And when you strip them down, you can use the parts that go inside the dishwasher for a lot of other purposes, which I think you've covered in your videos.
I think the problem with the plastic ones probably is that they've been used and that the plastic may be brittle due to numerous times of hot water and years of hot water. So if it would be out in the sunlight, it would just split. I mean, you could probably set it up if somebody wanted to try, but the odds are it's not a container like I garden in, the Rubbermaid tubs and the Tupperware tubs and all those. It will just probably crack and split, and that would be too much work.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, if I was doing the dishwasher real quick, because if somebody wanted to set them up, I would fill it halfway with all kinds of leaves and stuff from the garden. Just fill it, because in the beginning, the plants are only going to have their roots towards the surface, the first maybe 5-10 inches. And then as everything's decomposing underneath, all the dead leaves and everything, and I would throw green and brown in there, then it will use it later and turn into dirt. As you were saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the surfaces of these are going to be non-reactive. So, these are going to last a really long time. And like I said, I fill them up with soil and I top them up with wood chips. And I've got a really nice soil mix in here, but really the earthworms have done the work for me. So when I go to dig my yams out, I can just dig them out by hand. If you were renting or if you had a house that you weren't going to be there for all that long, these are very light. Once everything's off them, you could just empty the soil out, move to wherever you want it, and set it up again. I would keep the soil, of course, but they're very mobile. They're kind of permanent here, but if I wanted to move them somewhere else, I could just empty it out, move it somewhere else, and away I'd be off and running again.
Well, they've done well, and they are permanent. It seems like once you set them up, you probably won't have to worry about them for 20 years, where a plastic one probably would split the first year or two, if that. But these are really nice.
I attribute part of the reason I've been able to grow bell peppers all through winter is because of the dishwashers. That's part of it, but I should do another video on that.
And that is amazing, the bell peppers. Look at that. We've had bell peppers. Those are baby bells growing all winter, and now we're into spring, and it just nonstop. I mean, let's see if I can get up and show the top without falling down the stairs.
Yeah, it's got a lot of new ones coming on.
Because now we're in the spring, so now we've got the flowers coming back and start. Well, it's been going all winter, I guess.
Even little ones from maybe a month ago, the flowers So it's got new flowers coming on. The rain's knocked a couple of them around, but some haven't opened yet. Some are just opening. So, you know, I'm very happy with it. Plus it's recycling and repurposing.
Well, anytime I see one on the side of the road, I give you a call. So, if you see dishwashers and that's what you're into, go ahead and get him. And, you know, and if you block up the holes, there's the big hole on, does that have the hole there?
The hole on this one is in the back.
Okay, what's on the side here that's blocked?
That, I'm not sure, that's an old piece of insulation.
Oh, it's insulation, okay.
You can't see, there's a hole there.
Okay, so
Okay, that one I patched with
there's a hole.
So that's an inch hole. I patched it with wire mesh and shade cloth or weed mat. I think it's shade cloth. I like to use shade cloth.
Well, let me ask you, is there any holes on the bottom of these when you turn them over?
It depends on the dishwasher. Sometimes there is and sometimes there isn't.
If there isn't, do you drill any holes on the bottom?
I personally don't. If you feel a need to, you could, but I'd prefer to drill a hole in the side towards the bottom.
Okay, that's what I meant. There are holes towards the bottom somewhere. It's not filling with water.
No, it's not filling with water. There'll be holes along the side here somewhere.
Okay, it's sitting in the hillside.
It's sitting in the hillside. I can't really get to it.
Okay, that was the main thing I wanted to know, that there are still holes. You still have to make sure if for whatever reason, if there's no holes when they set it up, they should have some holes somewhere towards the bottom, at least an inch or two from the bottom.
Yeah. If you're at a place where you only had a concrete driveway or somewhere like that to grow, this would be ideal. If you're in a place like Florida where the water table's high and you wanted to elevate something out of the ground so you had better drainage, this would be ideal. I can't think of a place where you couldn't really use it.
And they can be painted up really nice. I know you threw some paint on top for fun, or maybe I did. I don't remember who did that. But you could paint these up really pretty too.
Yeah, you could paint them up really nice, and even just to have them blend in. If you put wood around it or lumber around it like this, and you had it in your front yard, the neighbourhood or your HOA may not even be concerned about it. If you left it like this, maybe someone would sort of complain, but you can dress them up. There's a lot of ways of dressing them up.
So this is a perfect way to repurpose dishwashers. In fact, I'm surprised he hasn't pulled ours out of the house yet, since we don't use it. We hand wash everything. So I guess with that, you'll probably get into details on one soon on exactly how you put it together and how you do it. Have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.